So, in what was already shaping up to be the craziest election of all time in 2024, maybe it could actually get a bit crazier. Here's the headline. This is from Timcast. Donald Trump said he would consider Tucker Carlson to be his vice president. Quote, "It's not that we're conservative, we have common sense." And you know, those two words, common sense, I think they need to be used a lot more often these days. It's something that Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservatives in Canada, who has a big lead right now over Trudeau, he's using those words all the time, common sense. And when you see leftist politicians and parties becoming more and more far left and crazier and more incoherent, those words have power. In fact, they may even have more power than the left's old magic spell, which is call you an ist. And that spell seems to be breaking as reality interrogates their ideology. And I think that should be the new framing. It should be just Democrat versus common sense, Liberal Party versus common sense, Labor versus common sense. But all of that said, I like this. Here's Trump being interviewed by Buck Sexton and Clay Travis. Let's hear what he had to say.
Would you consider Tucker, though, that they based on the...
I like Tucker a lot. I guess I would. I think I say I would, because he's got great common sense, you know.
So he's leaving the door open there, and I like it. And I guess the question is, would it actually work for him? I think that it would. Because Tucker didn't have the highest ratings by far in cable news before he was unceremoniously turfed by Fox for what looked like very political reasons, but he didn't achieve that stature for nothing. And he didn't achieve it by being far right or an extremist, as the lunatics say. He did it because he pivoted from the establishment party line. He had Glenn Greenwald on there a lot. He had Jimmy Dore on there a bunch of times. They're leftists. Jimmy Dore is a socialist. And Tucker didn't have them on there to be adversarial with them, to argue about socialism. He had them on there for the places where they agreed, like free speech, anti-interventionism, opposition to government overreach. So I think there are votes available that maybe Tucker's the only one who can bring them in. And yeah, establishment forces absolutely hate him, of course, but they're going to hate anybody who runs with Trump. And I think that with Tucker, it's a unique opportunity. I'm not sure there could be anybody better. Maybe Vivek. I like DeSantis too, but I mean, that's not going to happen, is it? Now, all of that said, I think we do have to face the sober truth here, and that is that there is zero chance that Tucker Carlson would accept that opportunity. I think that there is nothing that Tucker Carlson would enjoy less. I mean, here's an article from 2021. Tucker Carlson on running for president. I guess if, I was the last person on earth. So, yeah, he's making it pretty explicit, and I think he's voiced this at other occasions as well. He has no interest. Says Fox News' Tucker Carlson said he has no interest in running for the White House during an interview Friday with the conservative podcast Ruthless. Oh, God, come on. Yeah, I'll be running, Carlson said facetiously when asked if he was running for president. Carlson said the job had no appeal to him and would also not be very popular with his family. Quote, "That seems like a fun job. I'm sure my children would love that. Can you imagine? I've known and talked to every president, for a while, for more than 30 years. And you know what? I can't think of anyone whose life was improved by that. I mean, I guess if I was the last person on earth, I could do it. But I mean, it seems pretty unlikely that I would be that guy." Now, obviously, we're talking about running for vice president here, but I think for Tucker's purposes, it's kind of a distinction without a difference in terms of not wanting to be a politician. Now, of course, Tucker Carlson is very popular with conservatives, and certainly I think he'd be a pretty formidable force. The anti-establishment, anti-interventionist, and just his articulation of common sense ideas, yeah, they're really appealing. And I think to some extent he could be appealing to anti-interventionist, anti-war, disaffected liberals. The people who listen to Glenn Greenwald and Jimmy Dore. But the thing is, he has to want to do it. And I think it's pretty obvious that he doesn't. So, hey, it's fun to talk about, but I certainly wouldn't bet my house on it. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.